There's another strange couch story that happened in my family. It happened to an older brother of mine. He purchased a used mobile home back in the early 1970s when he got married. He had to do some repair work here and there on it, but nothing really major. There were holes in the walls when he first looked at it, but never paid too much attention to it at first. As he began the repair work after moving in, he noticed it looked as if the holes were made by a fist at head level, like someone taking their anger out and just punching away at the walls. Not much happened at first, but at various times of the day while he would be working on the place, the power would just shut off. He would go outside and check to see if a breaker was tripped at the control panel. No breakers would be tripped, and he noticed that the neighbors would all have their power on and only his would be out. When he purchased the place, a few items came with the mobile home. One was a couch and the other was a vanity mirror that hung on the wall in a small room at the end of the place. The couch was along the wall, and there was a recliner he used most of the time near one end of the couch. At night in his recliner while watching television, he thought he could see something laying on the couch. At first he thought maybe it was just his eyes and the reflection of the TV or something. Over time, though, it still looked as if someone was laying there on the couch while he sat in his chair watching television. He even noticed detail. He said it looked like a deceased naked lady, just laying on the couch. He did not bother telling his wife. The old mirror that came with the place was attached to a wall in the room that he was setting up for his son. He said during the day he always felt just fine in the room. At night, though, he always felt as if he was being watched. He thought maybe it was that mirror on the wall, and then again thought it could have been that couch that was directly on the other side of the wall. Either way, he never felt anything in there during the day. His first son was getting old enough to be able to sleep in his own room. So with a new baby bed set up, they put their son into his own room. On the first night at about 1 a.m., he started screaming and crying. They, like most parents, thought he was just afraid of being left alone. So he got up and brought the child back into their room. The second night was the last of it, though. They placed the boy in there once again. About 1 o'clock in the morning was just like it was the night before. When he went into the room where his son was, the little boy was still screaming, pale, shaking, and visibly terrified. He was only about 10 months old, and the kid was doing everything he could to get out of that baby bed. My brother said it was the last time they put him in there, being so young. He didn't know what his son was seeing, but he knew it was seeing something. He thought it had something to do with that mirror. My brother said his wife never noticed anything or ever spoke about it. He also did not want to try to put his son in that room anymore because he thought he was afraid that he would start to develop some bad memories. My brother didn't say anything about what he saw on the couch at night while he was watching television either. He just kind of all kept it to himself. One evening, while trying to get ready for bed, someone knocked on the front door. It was his brother-in-law. He was a teenager. Like most teenagers, out staying with other friends late, but still living at home with his parents. The boy's mother locked the teenager out of the house, trying to break the teenager's habits of hanging out too late with his friends. He asked my brother if he could just hang out until the morning and spend the night there. My brother said, yeah, no problem, but keep the television turned down because he had to go to work the next day. His brother-in-law said he was just going to sleep in the recliner after watching some television. So my brother went off to bed. It was about 11 p.m. and my brother was woken up by light knocks on his bedroom door with his name frantically called out. My brother said, hold on a minute, and got dressed to talk to the teenager. He said the teenager wanted to go outside and talk, so they both went to the front porch. My brother asked what was wrong. His brother-in-law kept repeating, the heck with staying here. I want to sleep on the porch tonight. My brother had asked what was wrong again. The teenager said, "Man, I was sitting in your chair watching television, and there is a dead naked lady laying on that couch. I ain't staying in there, and I'm just going to hang out here until the morning and go back home. I ain't staying in no place with a dead ghost lady laying on that couch." That's when my older brother realized that he just wasn't seeing things, and there really was something laying on that couch.